Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Thomas Spark and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what other VPN reviews do wrong. Now I'm talking about YouTubers, bloggers, website, corporate magazines like PC Mag, etc. I've been doing VPN reviews for around 5 years or so suffice to say, I know my way around the block. I've kind of distilled VPN reviews to an exact science, I think, doing better reviews than anyone out there. I'm not trying to brag. I just honestly think that's the truth. And I hope you guys here on the channel who have watched 60 plus VPN reviews on the channel might also agree. Today, we're going to be talking about what other VPN reviewers do wrong, going through 5 things. Hey guys, if you haven't checked out my website, I really encourage you to do so. It's called vpntierlist.com. And essentially what it is a collection and kind of organization of all the content on my channel. You could view the tier list, which ranks all the VPNs pretty much in existence. You could click on the VPNs themselves to visit the VPN, click on the numbers to visit the review. You can even click on this to see a collection of all the individual ratings for every category of every VPN in a handy dandy comparison table, kind of like a spreadsheet. We also have this, which will list out the best streaming VPNs, this, which lists out some of my favorite products and online services. And if you go back to the home page, you could click here to go to the VPN Noob to VPN Master course, which pretty much teaches you everything you need to know from the basics on VPN. I also have a fact page here to list out some of the common questions asked on the channel, as well as some other tier lists I've done as well. Anyways, guys, back to the video. So guys, I think the number one problem most VPN reviews have is that at the end of the day, they're less reviews and more just like regurgitation of marketing materials. If you look a lot of NordVPN reviews, for example, the reviews themselves will highlight certain things, like saying how NordVPN has so many servers, the fact that it's based in Panama, or the fact that they have stuff like bug bounty programs and other things like that to kind of combat some of the security leaks they've had in the past. But a lot of these reviews don't talk about some of the other things about NordVPN that are critical. They don't really provide any criticism at all. In a lot of ways, it's not really a real review. Real reviews are supposed to be nitpicky and critical and talk about things that differentiate products from one another, so that way whoever's reading it can decide which product to pick. The way most reviews are written are just, they very rarely go too deep or analyze the VPN and what it's missing. It just kind of skims over it and what the VPN does well. That's not really a review, that's just an advertisement. Number 2, I think most reviews are very biased because they're trying to promote high-ranked VPNs that have high commission rates, and this will make them the most money. So what do I mean by this? Well, there's a reason why almost every single VPN review site is rating the same top 5 VPNs the highest, because these VPNs are very popular for one, so people will know about them, but they also have very good percentage of commission, which means if they recommend the product, they're going to make a lot of money from recommending it. A lot of the smaller VPNs that are actually very good, stuff like TorGuard, WeVPN, AirVPN, IBVPN, VPN Area, lots of others on the list that I can't really think about right now because there's 60 of them that are reviewed. A lot of these smaller VPN providers are often cheaper, faster, have really cool security features, and in a lot of ways, some of them, like TorGuard and maybe AirVPN, more secure than any of them out there, but they don't get recommended because they only have 20 to 30% commission percentages, which means that people who recommend them aren't going to be making as much money. This is a sad fact of the affiliate industry, and if the affiliate industry had VPN affiliates have a standardized commission model, let's say you can only, pay up to 30 to 40% for every single VPN, I would expect that most of the VPNs themselves would be rated differently on sites from one another. But then again, there also could be undisclosed affiliate deals or sponsorships going on behind the scenes that could also negatively impact, ratings as well. So that could also be a problem if that happened, and it's still a problem today with a lot of people recommending VPNs. Another problem is that good VPN providers are often rated incorrectly with missing features or inaccurate data in the review. I've seen a lot of VPN providers say that they have problems with reviews out there because the people who are writing the reviews are often, they're not really that well versed in VPNs, and they will miss details. Sometimes they won't update the reviews quick enough when VPNs push out new features, and the people who are writing the reviews don't really want to update the reviews. Sometimes I've seen even YouTubers mistake very easily seeing details and give a lower score than necessary for certain VPN providers. And this is very common. Like I said before, Most VPN reviews just regurgitate advertisement information. They don't even hardly, some of the times I don't think they even use the product. So it's not surprising that they will miss features or present inaccurate data in their review itself. Number 4, I think most scoring systems for VPN reviews aren't really relevant or modern or kind of good for the everyday consumer. Most VPN reviews are based off some false ideas and misleading advertising, I think. One example is that a lot of VPN reviews base the system of recommending VPNs only that are in 5 and 14i outside of 5 and 14i countries, which doesn't make sense because most people who are going to be using VPNs aren't people who are going to be targeted by mass surveillance. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, what VPNs do is protect you against mass surveillance. So every day you're using a VPN, torrenting, doing whatever, you're encrypting your outgoing traffic. The FBI and spy agencies can't really see what you're doing because it's obfuscated. Now, however, if you become some kind of terrorist or something like that and you're still using the VPN and a spy agency gets wind of it, they're going to target you and there's pretty much nothing you could do. A VPN is not going to hide you because they could go into the VPN, they could force the company to give up logs or something like that. And maybe if it happens, this doesn't happen all the time because most people who are using VPNs aren't really doing that kind of stuff. Theoretically, it could pretty much happen, I think, with every single VPN out there, no matter if it's based outside of the 5 and 14Is. We've seen companies like PureVPN, for example, that are based outside of the 5 and 14Is. They gave up logs on a user. They didn't have to, but the spy agencies were able to put enough pressure on them. I'm just saying, if you're using ExpressVPN and you're a terrorist and you think it's safe because they're based in the British Virgin Islands, well, I hate to put it to you, that's not going to do anything. It's not going to protect you at all, and you shouldn't be using consumer-grade VPN. Number 5, I think a lot of VPN reviews themselves, stuff like written on VPN, PC Mag, some other magazines out there, IGN, CNET, a lot of these reviews aren't really written by people who are being able to be honest. Most of the time, these magazines have corporate overlords and they have objectives and VPNs they want to push. We see this all the time with stuff like IGN. There's a lot of inaccuracies between the reviews. Some VPNs will be rated very highly in speed tests, and then they won't be recommended for gaming or something like that. Not only that, but I've also seen stuff like PC Mag and some of these websites have a certain list of VPN providers that are fast, but then next year they're completely different, and the results are completely changed. It's like, what's going on? You know, why is there no consistency in reviews? And I see this all the time, and most of the time it's because corporate overlords of these magazines have decided certain VPNs to push, and so they have to change the reviews and the data to make their recommendations make sense if possible. And it's hard to do that. Like I said, it's easy to find inconsistency. Number 6, I think that most reviewers skip over detailed analysis and data too quickly. This makes it very easy to fake speed test and fake metrics, as well as not put things in a data-driven kind of analysis. I see a lot of VPN reviews on YouTube showing speed tests and charts or something like that. You know, even if you have some kind of VPN speed test team or something collecting different users from around the world, if you're just putting in a chart and not presenting evidence of people testing and what's going on behind the scenes, then it can't really be taken for to be accurate data because you can't really verify it. That's why in all my reviews, I show speed tests happening live, so that way I'm not making up the data. You know, of course, I could show screenshots and like that and edit the HTML and whatever, but that's why I show it during video editing because it's more authentic and more genuine, and it makes it harder to fake, which is kind of the main point why I do YouTube videos on VPNs and not just written reviews, because it's a lot harder to make a fake review when you're showing yourself using it, showing yourself filming it. That's kind of why I do my reviews in kind of this first impressions kind of basis, because it kind of gives you an accurate sense of what it's like to actually use the VPN itself. Anyways, guys, those are some of my thoughts on what VPN reviews do wrong. Perhaps some of these things can be fixed in the future, but I kind of doubt it. The VPN industry itself is heavily corrupt and motivated by money, and I don't expect anyone recommending VPNs to really change that fact. Here on the channel, we try to do things differently by presenting objective data analysis of VPNs, as well as scoring them alongside a really good scoring system that values stuff like cheap prices, speeds, application stream compatibility, which a lot of VPN reviews don't actually even take into account. So far as I know, I have the only website out there that really promotes VPNs that are cheaper, but also very good as well. Not any other website has tested every single VPN for streaming compatibility, and that takes a lot of work, and I think it shows here in the results of what VPNs are the best. Make sure to check out VPN tier list and I'll see you guys on the next video very soon.